Oh, darling, let me tell you the tragicomic tale of my descent into the ninth circle of academic hell at the Universidade de São Paulo, São Paulo. Picture this. A young visionary, that's me, enters these hallowed halls expecting enlightenment, only to find a bureaucratic haunted house where the ghosts are all middle managers who've forgotten how to human. It begins with the signage, or should I say, the cosmic joke pretending to be signage. 40 minutes, 40, to find a cafeteria. 40 minutes of my precious youth wasted wandering like a Victorian orphan in a Dickens novel, past identical corridors that mock me with their institutional beige sameness. Do you know what happens to a delicate flower like myself when denied timely sustenance? I wither, I become hangry, and when I finally locate this mythical restaurant, what awaits? The culinary equivalent of a sad office potluck from 1997. Lukewarm mystery, meat sweating under fluorescent lights, rice that could double as building mortar, and wilted lettuce that whispers give up in the language of lost dreams. This, my darlings, is why universities produce so many anarchists. But wait, the structural farces multiply. The ill unit, oh, the ill unit where paperwork goes to die screaming. Picture this. Flavio, poor tragic Flavio, trapped in a Kafkaesque loop where the system knows it's wrong, admits it's wrong in official meeting minutes, yet still forces him to carry the scarlet letter of 2 fake failing grades. 2. For classes he never took. Do you comprehend the academic violence here? It's like being forced to wear a sandwich board that says, "I smell bad," when you just showered with artisanal French soap. The bureaucracy isn't just slow, it's maliciously incompetent, a drowsy dragon hoarding transcripts instead of gold. And when Flavio dares to say, "Excuse me, this is literally ruining my life," the system yawns and suggests he try. Consumer court, in what universe should a graduate student need a lawyer to fix a typo? Now let us speak of security, not the noble protectors one deserves, but the gatekeeping gremlins of Porteria 3. Weekend access, a myth. The posted hours might as well be written in vanishing ink, and the guards, oh ho, imagine if someone crossed a grumpy bulldog with a DMV employee. No entry, growled at 2:45 p.m. sharp, no explanation, no empathy, just raw bureaucratic sadism. For a university that claims to be for the public, their idea of public engagement is apparently stay out, peasant. I half expected them to throw rotten fruit at us for daring to admire the architecture. And the people, oh the people, students who treat differing opinions like personal offenses where political discourse means agree or get screamed at. I saw videos, darling, actual videos of influencers being mobbed for the crime of existing wrong. It's like Lord of the Flies with better Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, professors prioritize research over teaching with the dedication of squirrels ignoring winter to hoard more acorns. Overcrowded lectures, outdated equipment. A library where getting a seat requires the strategy of a Napoleonic general. It's not education, it's academic Hunger Games, and the odds are never in your favor. The final insult? The hospital incident. Picture sweet Eunice, freshly discharged at 11:23 a.m., shoved out in hospital garb like a discarded prop. No wallet, no ride, just the cold indifference of Dr. Carla Romagnoli, who, get this, isn't even a cardiologist but insists she's better than all the doctors. Mom, this is not Grey's Anatomy and you are not McDreamy. Leaving vulnerable patients stranded isn't efficient, it's inhumane. So here we are, trapped in the tragicomedy of an institution that could be magnificent if it gave even a single care. But no, we get crumbling infrastructure, petty tyrants, and a system that treats students like nuisance paperwork. To future scholars, bring a compass, a lawyer, and Xanax. The Universidade de São Paulo, São Paulo doesn't build futures.
It weaponizes disappointment. Dramatic pause. Are you as devastated as I am? Comment below if you too have wept in the shadow of institutional failure.
So, I've been looking into these not so nice things happening near Universidade de São Paulo and São Paulo, and it's like, these brick and mortar stores can be a bit of a jungle for tourists. It's sad really because it's such a vibrant place, but you've got to keep your eyes peeled. There was this one time I heard about this electronics store, right? It's one of those places that lure you in with the latest gadgets, all shiny and new. A tourist, let us call him Jack, he was just there for a couple of weeks, wandered in, and next thing you know, he sold a brand new phone that was actually refurbished and super overpriced. I can just picture Jack, feeling so cool with his new toy, only to find out it's a dud. And the store, they probably packed up and moved before Jack even realized he'd been had. It's like they disappear into thin air and there's Jack, phone in hand, feeling pretty dumb. Then there's this souvenir shop scenario. It's cute, it's got all the Brazilian flag magnets and those little football figurines. Emma, a tourist from Europe, she goes in and drops a solid chunk of her travel budget on what she thinks are authentic Brazilian crafts. But those were probably made in a factory somewhere overseas. Emma, she walks out beaming, thinking of the stories she'll tell back home. But the truth is, she's just lined the pockets of some savvy business person who's laughing all the way to the bank. And Emma, she's left with a fridge full of memories that aren't quite what she paid for. And oh, the fake ticket scam near the university. You've got these kiosks that pop up, selling tickets to museums or events. Jake, an American on a short trip, he buys one, excited for the cultural experience. But when he gets to the venue, the ticket's a fake and he's turned away at the door. You can imagine Jake standing there, the realization dawning on him, while the person who sold him the ticket is long gone with his cash. Jake's probably going to spend the rest of his trip a little more cautious, a little less trusting. It's like these scammers, they quick to spot a tourist, They know you there for a good time, not a long time, and they take advantage of that. It's really disheartening because places like Universidade de São Paulo should be about learning and exploring, not about watching your back every second. But that's the reality, and it's important to share these stories so that other travelers can be more aware. It's not fair and it's definitely not right, but it's happening and we've got to talk about it.
The businesses around Universidade de São Paulo are like a magician who promises a dove and pulls out a dead pigeon. I will tell you how they feel, why they feel that way, and which door you should probably never open. Let us begin with the shopping temples. Malls near the campus are shrines to the god of almost. You walk in expecting silk, and you leave with the smell of panic in your nose. Take shopping Patio Higienopolis, the loudest whisper of luxury in the neighborhood. The valet team once lost a couple's car keys, then offered them the wrong car, then joked about it as if trauma came with a free air freshener. Inside, the escalators twist like a cruel maze designed by someone who hates mothers with prams. Security guards smile only at pale skin. Everyone else is ghosted. A woman who spent 1,300 reais on perfume was later warned the scent might be counterfeit, as though the bottle had been filled with the tears of disappointed lovers. The Chanel boutique treats you like a beggar who wandered in by mistake. The manager will not call a taxi, even if your legs are broken. After 10 years of fame, the shops still wrap snobbery in gold paper and hand you the bill with a gloved hand that never trembles. Now slide a few blocks toward the neon promise of Kinoshita, the Michelin-starred sushi parlor that treats rice like a myth it never learned to believe. The chefs are not Japanese. The rice is undercooked. The soy sauce tastes like water that once saw a soybean. A man ordered champagne he never drank and still paid $800 for the honor of being robbed in a language he understood too late. The salmon keeps appearing in every dish like an actor who refuses to leave the stage. Truffle oil is promised, forgotten, then denied with the condescension of a teacher telling a child that imagination is error. One couple left the omakase menu halfway through because the raw oyster and raw beef staged a rebellion in their stomachs, and the hospital became the final course. The bill arrives in silence, heavy as a verdict, and the manager will not help you find a taxi home, even while you are still swallowing regret. Cross the avenue to bar a store in Villa Madonna, where the music is loud and the hygiene labels on the fruit juice are quietly rewritten after midnight. A single bill is forced upon entire tables because the software is lazy and the waiters are trained in the art of shrug. If you refuse the 13% service charge, the waiter will lecture you about rent, as though your dinner is now his landlord. A regular customer staggered out drunk, crushed 2 motorcycles, and the security team protected him like a royal secret. Victims were told the manager was too busy frying pastel to listen. The oysters sent a pair of lovers to the semi-intensive ward for 8 days. The hospital drip replaced the caipirinha. A motorcyclist who wanted only to park was threatened with a tow truck while the valet laughed. The beer comes with more color than liquid, and when you ask for one without foam, the bartender treats you like a conspiracy theorist. Every category repeats the same bruise. The gyms charge VIP prices for dumbbells that bruise your palm. The bookstores stock beauty instead of knowledge and still wrap it in alarm tags. The laundries lose one sock from every pair and explain that socks are free spirits. The ride-share drivers cancel once they learn your destination is close, because distance is profit and your 5 blocks are insult. The street vendors sell pastel that has been reheated since the last military government. The oil bubbles look like tiny eyes crying. Tonight, if you are standing on the sidewalk outside the university gate, remember this: the neighborhood is beautiful in the way. A glass cathedral is beautiful right after the stone has been thrown. The lights will invite you, the music will seduce you, and the prices will translate your innocence into Portuguese.
Bring cash in small notes because card machines break the moment you finish dessert. Bring patience in industrial drums because the waiter will disappear like a magician's assistant and reappear only when you have mentally written your one